everybody. Welcome to VidCon now, and welcome to the coveted, the highly requested, the sexy MacDoesIt Q&A. Woo! Yes. Wait, are you talking, Mac? I can't hear.
Am I talking? You not hear me?
Oh, yeah. Now I can
Okay.
hear you.
I was screaming. I'm sorry.
Oh, my goodness. Guys, everybody who's here, thank you, first of all, for coming. Thank you so much to VidCon for putting this on. Today, we get a special intimate look at Mac's life. Oh my God. All right, time for me to
Yes, here it
Mac.
is. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is my life. This is my mannequin. I don't know if you can see me. Can you see me? There's a mannequin behind me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I know everybody joining here knows who Mac is. Obviously, you're already a fan. But in case you didn't know, Mac is one of YouTube's most amazing creators, in my opinion. Mac is the very first YouTuber I collaborated with on my own channel. He is also the winner of Comedian of the Year at the Shorty Awards. And I was
last year.
Yeah. 2019 winner of Shorty Award for Comedian of the Year. Yeah, and he's just killing it. He's got an amazing podcast.
You were there. We had the same table. It was a great time.
He also has an amazing merchandise line. I'm not just saying that to promo the merch. Genuinely, Mac's merch line is the only one that I actually like wear in my regular life. I feel that is from a YouTuber. Oh, he's sporting it now. Ooh, let's check out this merch. That's amazing. I love that. I have your first collection though, the one that you sent me. I love it so much. The hoodies are so nice. All right, so let's get into it. We are going to start. A lot of you guys have already submitted questions. I have questions of my own. If you're on the Discord server, be sure to keep submitting questions. We are going to be active with you guys this entire time with our coveted 45 minutes with MacDoesIt. Like, hey. So first
Mac does it unplugged.
Mac does it unplugged. How are you doing, Mac? How are you?
Like the truth?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
so long.
I know. We haven't seen each other since I think your Halloween party.
Oh my God.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
really fun.
Yeah, that was really fun. That was cute. You went all out. That was really cute. I mean, truthfully, I guess we're all as good as we can be right now, I think. Yeah, taking it one day at a time, one step at a time, trying to figure out what day it is,
Yeah, what time
typical
it is.
Stuff. What time it is, yeah, exactly.
Who am I?
Is it a Wednesday or is it a Sunday? We don't know.
Well, Mac, one of my favorite things about you is, first of all, how much love, time, and effort you put into each of your videos. For anyone who doesn't edit their own content or produce content, I think that it's severely underestimated how much actually goes into your videos. So we all know Mac as, your comedy is so beautiful and wonderful because you are not only just like hilarious as a person in your own existence and as a comedian, but also your editing has its own voice. So there are a lot of questions here asking about how long does it take to make a video? And also, do you script things out and not just like what you're going to say, but also how you're going to edit? Like I'm referring to like when you appear in different parts of your room. And
do I have an entire game plan for it all?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't really. I kind of do. Like while I'm filming it, I'll be like, think of something like, I should edit it like this. And so maybe sometimes I'll say to the camera, Mac, edit this part like this. And then I'll go do it. But I don't really have a big game plan. I don't really plan it out. It's kind of just out of the whim. And it takes me, editing, it depends, because I can get distracted a lot. I've been doing this for like 7 years now. I get distracted. Oh. So it takes me about 3 days to make a video if I'm just like sitting down and actually doing it. There was a time where it did take me about a week because I just didn't want to edit. That was like 2018. Yeah, editing, it's a hassle. It's an uphill battle sometimes.
Yeah. Wow. And also you have just come so far. So when I met you, the first time we met, you had 10,000 subscribers. You had just hit 10,000.
I just hit it. Yeah, I remember that.
And now you're soaring on past 2 million. That's what I'm talking about. So I actually don't know this about you. Tell me more about how you got started in YouTube, because you, I think, have a really unique journey. Also, you've been grinding hard for a long time,
I've been
and it
doing
has
it.
been so wonderful to watch you succeed so much. So tell me
Thank
about how you
you.
got started.
It was complete boredom, basically. I mean, I used to always watch YouTube. I was like, that was the only thing I used to watch at like the point from like middle school all the way through high school. I didn't even care about like TV. Like, what was television at the point? Yeah, I used to love YouTube, love YouTubers, just love like watching the community in general. And then one day, I think it was like sophomore year of high school, me and my friend decided we were going to make a pact that we were going to both start YouTube channels separately and then grow a significant audience and then combine our YouTube channels with like a group, like a combination YouTube channel, and then like take over the internet. So I started mine that summer, and then she never started hers.
Oh no! Did she regret that? Did she regret that?
No, she doesn't regret that. Now she's at UCLA finishing a master's. Like she's doing her
Oh,
thing and all that stuff now.
oh, the
Now
thing that
she's
neither
taking
of
an
us did. Yes.
academia. Yeah, she's going the academic route. But yeah, it's funny because I've always always like was curious about doing YouTube even before we started that pact. I would like me and my friends had like these private channels, and we would make like these weird videos and send them just to each other. So it was like a private collab channel. The videos do not exist anywhere on the internet anymore. They're deleted. I don't know where they are. I don't know what computer they're on. But yeah, and she was the one that kind of pushed me to do it. You know, I've always wanted to like try it. And when we made that pact, I was like, okay, I'm going to upload a video. I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask my dad for a camera. I'm going to go for it.
Wow. And did you always have the goal of like doing these sort of commentary type videos where you are, being very honest with people and talking about a lot of different topics? Or did you start by trying a variety of different things?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I started by like my goal at first was like to be the next like Disney Channel star. Like possibly use YouTube to get me onto like Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. So my first videos were very like PG-esque, very non-cussy, just being weird. I was still weird. Like the weirdness has always been around. That's just
That's what we
me.
love about you.
But I didn't really start forming my own voice and actually being authentic about it until I don't even know, probably until 2016 when the world was ending, and I was just like, oops, sorry, excuse my language.
I said on Twitter this Q&A was going to be chaotic good, so here we are. Well, I'm so glad to know that. I've never known that about you. I think even the first time we met, you were still living with your family. And now you're all grown, you're out on your own.
I'm paying taxes, I got bills.
So what is your favorite part about making the content you make and being a part of YouTube?
My favorite part, I mean, it's just being your own boss, obviously. I mean, I think everyone says that. That's just the goal in life.
So
that's the dream.
Awesome.
It's great. It's being your own boss is really great. I mean, there's also a lot of anxiety that comes with it, but it's great on top of that anxiety.
Yeah.
My content, I really like what I do now specifically. I just like the message I'm trying to push with a lot of my commentary and all that stuff. I'm trying to start that conversation that people might find very uncomfortable and actually trying to spark it in some way, some form. And I really like having that feedback when people tell me like, oh, this video made me help me like come out to my parents, or this video helped me like talk to my parents about X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, that's what I'm trying to do, you know? Let's conversate. And that's
you
that's
make
what I like
it
to do.
seem, even just describing it now, you make it seem like, oh yeah, I'm just like inspiring people and like having people come out. Like those are huge things. And I mean, like, I'm very grateful to you. I mean, I know like we're friends and whatnot, but also, I mean, genuinely, there are so many times when I have a bad day and I will go to your channel and be like, what did Mac upload? I need to watch something that makes me laugh. Or like the world's going crazy. Oh my goodness. So what has been, oh, this is a great question. What's been your most difficult video to film and why? maybe it was like the level of editing, or maybe it was I'm scared to release this video because of the topic I
Oh,
talk about.
no, okay, this one's weird. Remember when it was in 2016 when YouTube was asking creators to make the videos of like, it only takes 1 minute and something seconds to vote. So I'm going to do this in 1 minute and something seconds while you vote. That was the hardest video because I was afraid to come out with it because all I do is make a peanut butter jelly sandwich in that video. But I am literally in the comments and I'm attacked for no reason, just like severely attacked by like conservative trolls and all that stuff, just like attacking me for being a liberal. And I'm like, what in this video calls me a liberal? I'm just making a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Literally nothing political about the video. And it's literally attacked. And that was the one video I was very afraid of releasing because I knew anything that has to do with like voting or like politics is going to like draw in that audience that just like wants to like scream at someone for some reason. And I was just like afraid of dealing with that in my comments. So that was probably the hardest video in my mind. But editing wise,
amazing. It's always the one that like you don't expect.
Yeah. But editing wise, I think my hardest video to edit was probably recently when I watched a movie and I did an entire commentary about a movie, and like editing full-length movies into a video is just like a lot of work. You got to watch you're basically watching the movie like 8 more times just to get the right clips. And that was probably the hardest and most like for me.
Yeah. And your editing has such a timing and a beat to it almost.
Mm-hmm.
And doing that with a movie, oh my goodness, that's a lot. What was the moment that you felt, I mean, so I guess like we've all had like mini moments like this, but was there a moment that you can remember when you were like, oh my God, I think I can do this. I think I could make this my full-time job. When did it go from making weird videos with my friends to I'm paying my rent and I have an LLC, you know? What was that like?
I think it was like the summer of 2015. I was going to quit YouTube. I was going to finish. I was at Chapman University. I just finished my first year at Chapman. I was already in debt. And I was just like, I guess I need to focus on this. YouTube isn't happening. Nothing's going on there. And, you know, I got to focus on the career I'm trying to go for. And YouTube was being more of a distraction. And it was hard for me to follow it while still doing college. And so I was thinking about quitting. But then I went to VidCon. It was my second year at VidCon. And then I was pulled aside and brought to the industry lounge up to the 3rd floor with like these YouTube partner managers and like this other YouTuber, Anthony DeLuca. I don't know if you know him. He doesn't really do YouTube that much anymore. He kind of like he does brand management or brand refixing. I don't know. But yeah, they pulled me aside to this lounge and they just started talking to me about like, oh, we love your content. We really think you have what it takes. You have like that uniqueness and that personality that can really take off on this platform. If you just keep on trying, we promise you really take off within like the next year. And I didn't believe it at first, but then I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep on pushing it for a little bit and see what happens. And then literally a year later, that's when I hit like 10,000. And I was like, okay, I went from like 3,000 to 10,000 in like a matter of a month.
So you were getting recognized. Like, let's be clear here. You were getting recognized when you had 3,000 subscribers by YouTube partner managers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just takes on. It's you never know who's watching your content. I mean, YouTube is such an open platform that anyone can click on a video. And I guess I just happened to have my ducks lined up that day. And it really just helped me keep on going.
Because when you were telling this story, I assumed that you were gonna say I had like 50,000 subscribers at that time or something like that. Wow, that is amazing. You are so right. You never know what's gonna work. So at that point, after you had that meeting, did you continue going to college while you were also making videos still?
I left Chapman for multiple reasons. That school is expensive and quite conservative. So I didn't fit in. So I left Chapman and I decided I was going to take a gap like semester and I decided to go hard on YouTube. That's literally the time I started uploading 3 days a week.
Wow.
If you go back on that channel, that time, that was when
doing that.
That was right when I left Chapman and I was like, felt very like disappointed in myself. So I decided to just put my like focus on my creatives and my work to take away from the mind that I just became a college dropout for that time period. And then that's just when everything started picking up for me.
Wow. And
The
what
moral
is
of the
your
story, kids, reach a low point in your mind. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Moving on to the next question. Okay, let's get into some personal questions. I like these.
Personal, okay.
This is a tough question. Is there anything you regret throughout like your YouTube career or something you wish you could have done differently?
Um, I always, every time I go to a convention, I think that's when I have the biggest regrets, you know? Like, there's so many people I've idolized on YouTube for so many years, and I'm like so afraid to approach it and tell them that I think that's one of the biggest regrets. It's like I like just to think like the amount of people that do that to me that make my day. I could probably make someone else's day by doing that, and I'm just such like an anxious being in real life. Like approaching someone that I watch on the internet, it just feels so weird to me still, even though I
It
do it.
is. It's so
Yeah.
bizarre because I mean last year was my first VidCon. Oh my god, I am missing it this year, y'all. I really am, but it's really bizarre to be backstage and you
Mm-hmm.
are just surrounded by all of these people that you watch
These
and
people
they're
that you're
like
like,
doing normal things. They're like
yeah,
on
just
their
being
phone.
eating
They're
some
literally
chicken
backstage
wings in the
editing their
corner,
videos.
and you're just like, okay, you're really right in front of me.
Yeah, it's crazy and I relate so hard too because I feel like also as a creator there's this pressure of I'll have that confidence when or I'll belong when I have 10,000 subscribers or 100,000 or a million and it just keeps going up and something
Mm-hmm.
that I have had to learn too is also like I need to just feel that confidence with my content no matter what the numbers are, and if I'm
Mm-hmm.
if you can be good at it, then other people will get it because the way I think other people would think about me coming up and saying, "Hey, I love your content," is is the opposite of how I feel about just like you said, other people
Mm-hmm.
saying
Other
that
people
to
coming,
me. It's
yeah,
really
yeah.
nice, but
It's
maybe
like,
that's
yeah.
because I'm like, smaller than a lot of these other creators,
But yeah,
and
this
so
industry,
they just
you do start to think like the grass is always greener. You can fall really
yeah.
easily into that trap, and you try to snap yourself out of it, but it's just so easy to fall into it because you see other people doing like these fantastic things. You're like, wow, this person's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, like I remember last year at the I was in the VidCon basketball game and it was like David Dobrik, Brent Rivera, like all these really huge creators.
Mm-hmm.
And there were just times when I was running around the court where I was like, oh my God, what if I like accidentally bump into them? Like my sweat touches them or something. This is so weird. Okay. Next question. What are the three things you like most about yourself?
Oh, um,
Besides your subscribe to the YouTube channel, podcast, and merch.
I really I like my smile. I have $1 million smile according to my family. That's great. Um, it's so weird. I feel so weird talking about myself like
I know. I
that. Like, what do I like about me? Let me
thought
think. Oh, there's so much. No. I like my smile. I like my view of life. I don't know how to explain that. I mean, it's how I don't know. It's just I view life very, I don't know how to say it. I view life very existentially in a sense, but that kind of helps me fuel my it helps me fuel my comedy and helps me fuel the conversation I'm trying to start because I look at things like why in the hell are you trying to treat another human being that way just because of some surface qualities? That makes no sense, you know?
mm-hmm.
Like just because you
Yeah.
believe X, Y, and Z, like what's happening here? And so I view it very existentially, like that makes no sense. Why are you
Yeah.
doing that? And that's how I talk about all that stuff from that kind of perspective. I'm like, okay, look at it from the outside, guys. You're really treating another human being like shit because of this one simple quality that's harmless. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for answering that one.
That was like two qualities I like, but that's it. That was good enough answer.
Okay, now a fun question. What would your drag name be?
Me and Mike have decided that my drag name is going to be Hey. And that's it.
That's it? That's okay.
Heeyy, and that's it.
That's
No last name, nothing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, what was it like creating Messy? And was the chaos behind the scenes as much as we saw?
Messy was a product of me and Mike. I mean, we've always wanted to do a podcast together, literally for the longest time. We kept on saying, we should do a podcast. We should do a podcast. Everyone that knew us and everyone that's been around us always said we had a chemistry that like not many people see between two people. And so we were just like, we should have a podcast, we should have a podcast. And then it wasn't until he got casted on Rest in Peace, Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club, one season strong and one season gone.
Oh my God.
But he got casted on Lindsay Lohan Beach Club, and we thought like, oh, that's like the leverage we need. We're gonna start a podcast with it. And here we are. We have a podcast.
That's also another thing too, where I feel like it goes back to like, once I get this opportunity, my life is set sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And man, I have realized like every step of the way, you have to just keep grinding every single step.
Grinding. I also want to like flash it back to when Full Screen used to have that video on demand service. And I was on a few shows. I got greenlit for my own show on the service. And I was like, this is it. I'm making it. And all that fell through. And I was like, well, guess I just got to keep on walking through.
Yeah. You know, it's so interesting because in our industry, I feel like I don't believe anything, not even when a contract is signed. I believe it like when I'm literally standing on the set, or not even then. Like even then I'm like, is this going to come out? And then I truly believe it like when it's actually fully done.
When it's there, when it's happening.
When I feel like I can celebrate.
But you have a podcast too.
Yes.
Yes.
How did you Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club?
How did you start this podcast? What is the podcast? Give the kiddies the details.
Okay. Oh, this is supposed to be your Q&A, but my podcast. Oh my God. My podcast is Mission Accomplished, and we talk about accomplishing things in life, and it's really, really fun.
Who is the podcast with?
My fiance Garrett.
Your fiance Garrett. So I just watched the engagement video, and it gave me it like lifted me up. It was the content I needed. If you guys need to go to Michelle's channel. Oh, what's your channel's name, Michelle? Say it.
It's Michelle Carre.
Yes. You got to head to Michelle's channel. She uploaded an engagement video, and it's the cutest thing, the most emotional driven thing I've ever seen on YouTube in a good second. It was a good teary-eye moment. So be prepared, bring tissues. It's really cute. It was trending on YouTube too, so you know it's legit, okay?
Well, speaking of relationships, we have some relationship questions for you. So, tell me a bit about what it's like to, first of all, express your sexuality on a public platform, which I think just, every day being different is hard enough as it is, but then to share it with literally millions of people and receive feedback on that. What is that like? And yeah, just tell me about that.
I like to think I'm not different. Everyone's mind is just weird. I mean, it kind of goes back into me just viewing life very existentially. I'm very I don't care. I never really cared about my sexuality fully. I really came from I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, so I've kind of lived in a bubble my entire life. When it came to that kind of conversation, it wasn't really a big deal. Like people slept with whoever they want here. So, and then once I started figuring out how the rest of the world was treating everything, and how people were stories about the people in the South, specifically the Bible Belt and all that. I really just felt wow, that's fucked up. How, excuse my language again. That's messed up. And yeah, I just decided because other people cannot live their truth, I should just start talking about it more. Because beforehand on my channel, I never really mentioned it. It wasn't really a thing. It was kind of just a given if you saw me. And so I was just whatever. And then once I found out more of the stories, I was how can I help? How can I talk about this? How can I start these conversations? Yeah. And I reached out. I was reached out to the LGBTQ community center in Los Angeles. And I was how can I help? What can I do? What fundraisers do you guys need? Yeah. And so I decided I would use the bubble I have to try to uplift other people out of their pits, I guess you can say.
I love that. I love that you saw it as an opportunity, yeah, just like you said, to lift up other people and help other people have their voices heard. So, going from that, another question is, do you ever plan on getting married?
Yeah, yes. My plan is to get married by. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, me and Jake have been talking about it.
Oh my god! I'm
It's
sorry.
very. I mean, we it's like
Broke
it's
the
like
audio.
I know it's just casual like conversation we just talk about. We have kind of a game plan in a sense. I do want to get married by at 27. That's my goal, and just have that. And he might be the one. We talked about it. We've mentioned it. I know. Oh wow, scandal.
Wow. Marriage. That is relatively soon. So, I'm
I mean,
excited
I'm
about this.
23, so it's like a few years.
Yeah, a couple years. It'll fly by.
It'll
I'm
fly by. I
excited.
know. We'll see.
Wow, marriage.
What about you? I
Wedding.
mean, are you on the wedding planning yet? Have you started that, or has
We
quarantine kind of
we
thwarted?
have a bit.
Okay.
As much as we can in quarantine.
Hmm.
But
Has there been a date discussed or no?
we picked a venue and a date already.
Yeah, that's so cute. Oh my
I
gosh.
hope you'll come.
Oh wait, am I invited? I didn't even know if I was invited.
Yes.
Of course I'm gonna come.
Yeah, and wait, how long have you guys been together?
We're gonna be 2 years in a month. About. It's been 2 years since we first met. Yesterday, and so
yesterday. It began as a summer love.
Yeah, it's a summer love.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I've broken everyone's eardrums in the past 2 minutes. All right, shifting into gentler territory. Any advice for us young people? It's such a broad question.
Just any advice?
Any advice? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
First thing comes to mind, don't go to a private university right out of high school. That's literally the first thing that still runs through my mind 24/7, guys. I'm still paying my student loans. It is not finished. Don't be stupid.
Mac is very available for brand deals at this time.
Pay me if you want to. Venmo me if you like. But yeah, that's my advice. Don't go to private. Go to community. Do that 2-year thing and then transfer. It's cheaper and it's better and it doesn't change the way people look at you on job applications. Finding jobs hard now. Don't be stupid with your money.
Okay. I'm going to swing us back to the YouTube arena. So, how has YouTube impacted your life? And I'm going to make it a little more specific. How has YouTube impacted your life in a way we might not expect? So, obviously, the fame, the money, the glory is real fun. But what is something you weren't expecting to get out of YouTube?
That's an interesting question. I was expecting all of this. No.
Me. You weren't expecting me.
Yes. What was I not expecting fully?
Just like a pleasant surprise. Like, oh man, I wasn't expecting YouTube to impact this part of my life, but it did.
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm trying to think of something fascinating, not boring.
It can be boring.
I mean, it's definitely helped me in the way I talk to people. I mean, I've gained a lot of confidence talking about YouTube now because I've been doing it for so long. Panels, yeah, I think talking just in general, just the information I'm giving. I used to not be able to be a type person that and I was one of the people in classes that didn't really like to talk at those discussions. I was kind of forced to because I just always was so anxious and all that stuff. But
points.
I think what YouTube has helped me do is just feel like I can my voice is as important. I can say what I want to say and say my opinion. So at any panel I'm put on, I'm speaking. Now my first panel ever on at VidCon, I only said 3 things. That was in Ooh, when was that? I think that was 2016. I think 2016 was just like a big year for me, but also the worst year for America. Um,
Funny how life is like that.
yeah, so 2016, yeah, I was a nervous being, and yeah, YouTube has helped me find my voice. I feel like a lot of people say that,
It
and I feel like
really does.
I can't emphasize that more enough. It catches you off guard sometimes. It just helps you find a voice that you never thought you both needed or had in the first place.
I love that. I love that so much because sometimes it is just easier to share yourself and your art with a group of complete strangers than it is the people you even know personally. And
Mm-hmm.
I agree that confidence has been awesome and also beautiful to watch you blossom as well. Blossom into a
Flourish.
beautiful butterfly. Um, so do you have plans to expand into other arenas besides YouTube, merch, podcasts, such as acting or even music was asked?
They know me. Both kind of. I've been kind of playing around with music as beginning of this quarantine. I bought like a bunch
Ooh.
of audio stuff. I even bought a MacBook to mess with Logic Pro. Like he spent money this quarantine, and he's kind of upset about it. But whatever, it's past. But yeah, I've been kind of playing around music, kind of doing all that stuff, just like seeing where I can go with it, just seeing if it can like help me push myself into more creative spaces and creative ideas if I like know how to use Logic. Um, Also, what was part of the question? I just forgot.
Oh, like what other like
Oh,
acting,
acting. Yeah, I mean,
directing,
yeah, I used to do theater for quite a while since like
Disney,
fifth grade.
Nickelodeon?
Disney Nickelodeon. Oh my god, I had an audition for Disney. Literally the same year I decided like I was going to start cussing on my channel. They contacted my manager and was like, "Hey," and the manager was like, "Hey, they want you to come and like speak the script." And I was like, "Disney." Me, literally, I just like it was around the time. Okay, I got so blurred. It was around the time I uploaded my first Adam and Eve sponsorship too. It was literally I just uploaded that, and then I got a call from my manager being like, "Hey, Disney
Oh
wants you
my
to come in and read the script."
god.
And I was like, "Oh well, whatever."
Incredible.
Nothing happened. Nothing came to me for that.
Incredible.
That entire project, I think, was thrown out in general. So, yeah.
Got it. Well, along that same vein, do you have like what is one of your goals right now? Whether it's immediate 2020 or like 3 years from now, what is something you just really want to accomplish?
I kind of now that I've been playing with Logic, I kind of want to release like some weird song on SoundCloud that I'm like proud of. That's kind of something I've been starting to focus on.
So
That's a
would you sing
goal.
on it?
Maybe
Oh my god. Yes. I love this.
be one of those YouTubers that release some terrible music again. You know,
We can
it's
all
every day,
use
bro.
some of
Part
that.
two.
I think it'll be better than that one was.
It's every week, sis. That's
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So who is someone you've always dreamed of collaborating with besides me?
besides you. Ooh, one people always dream of collaborating with. No one. Everyone sucks. No. Joanna Sedita. She
Oh my
is
god.
like one of the like
She's
I
so
absolutely
funny.
love her. I love her content. I love everything about her. Just her everything. But she's like doing it so well by herself that she doesn't need a collaboration. So I know that's never going to happen. You know, that's not her brand. That's probably one of the people. Grace Helbig, 100%. I've always Grace Helbig is literally my number one icon. Still, I've never talked to her once in my entire life. I've
Oh
had
my
many
god, you
opportunities.
need to
I've never been able to
meet.
approach her. She's the reason why I started doing YouTube in the first place. I tell people
Wow.
because she was the YouTuber I was watching like 24/7 at the time.
That's amazing. I never knew that about you.
And
Wow.
you know,
I'm learning so much about you. This has been really fun for me. I hope everyone watching is enjoying this too. Okay. So, what is the wildest fan interaction you had?
Ooh. What is the wildest fan interaction? I don't even know. I mean, I went on tour. I had a few
I remember when you went
rowdy
on tour.
ones. Yeah, I had a few rowdy ones. Well, this is not a wild fan interaction, but I remember on tour we had at least we had just 2 shows in the Bible Belt. And for both of those shows, I also do a VIP thing where it's like there's like a pre-show VIP kind of experience that gets to talk to me and be very personal to me. And for both of those shows, instead of like it just being like the subscribers and viewers there, it was like their parents there too, asking me like some serious questions about just like LGBT things and like how to help their kids if they're like in like the face of like people that are trying to oppress them and all that stuff. And I was like, whoa, and I literally like stepped back at like one of the shows. I was like, I did not expect these questions. And they were like, well, you're in the Bible Belt, this is our only chance of learning. And I was like, damn, I think that was to me one of like just a very like pivotal moment in what I was doing. One of the wildest fan interactions I had, I don't think I've had crazy ones. I think everyone that's approached me has been very respectful in a sense. The gifts I get are very wild sometimes.
Ooh, tell me about
like people make like full like dolls of me before and have given them to me. Like I've had like a few dolls. Not in like hands reach. It's probably in a bag in my office. I'm still trying to decorate my office. I'm like, I've been living here for a year and I still haven't, like, look at that.
What is that?
I made a dress out of hot glue.
Yes.
That's the mannequin and it's supporting it. Well, yeah, I still haven't decorated my apartment yet. So there's still just stuff in bags. So I think the doll is definitely in the bag. I definitely kept it. It's very interesting. It's cute. Like people are very creative.
So multiple dolls.
Multiple dolls. Mac does it. I just sell a collection. Mac does a collector dolls.
Yeah. Please. So what is the most difficult thing you've had to overcome in your career?
Being my own critic in a sense. I'm very harsh when it comes to criticizing myself. It's literally the reason why I quit theater in the first place. I was never satisfied. I'll be satisfied. I was never satisfied with little Hamilton in there. I was never satisfied with my performance every time I went off stage, and every single time I walk off stage, I would just like berate myself in my head to the point that I was like breaking down in tears. I was like, I'm done with this. That was little anxious Mac times, and so yeah, I've been kind of battling with that kind of I guess it's self-hatred. I guess that's probably my problem. Maybe I need therapy. I don't know.
What has helped you move through that and overcome that?
I just constantly remind myself that that I'm just overreacting in a sense, that I know that I'm probably do good. For the longest time, I never believed people's compliments for me. Like people will always like calling me like, oh, you did so good. Oh, you performed so well. And I was like, oh, you're lying to me. Oh, they're lying. Oh, they're just trying to stay on my good graces. And I just started to tell myself to like believe people when they say that, and believe when strangers come up to me and tell me they like what I do. Because no one needs to do that to me in the first place. And so I just stopped listening to myself. I don't know. I just kind of like stopped really criticizing everything that I do. I just kind of just focus on moving forward in a sense. Just being like, you know what? I didn't die. I'm here. Let's go. That's kind of my mindset.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, if everyone's telling you that they love you and that their content inspires you, you got to believe them. Oh my gosh. Well, I think that we have time for one more question. Let's see here. The
Anticipation.
Ooh. If you weren't a YouTuber, what would you be doing now?
Oh, I wasn't hustling and bustling on the twos. What would I be doing now? I definitely probably would have still pursued. Because before this, I mean, at Chapman, I was majoring in marketing, business management with an emphasis in marketing, and I was minoring in PR. And
Wow.
I really wanted to be a person that worked at the firms that create commercials for like cars and all that stuff. I wanted to help produce commercials and direct commercials. That was my goal, and so I probably would have pursued that a lot more.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I still would have been in a creative space. Like you can't,
Yeah,
like I'm a very creative person in the first place. You can't, I'm not going to
you
be doing
are.
finance. So yeah,
Well, Mac, I have had so much fun hanging out with you in the VidCon Q&A.
this was
I
fun.
am so
Yeah,
blessed to know you as a person. I feel so privileged to know you in real life and to get to hug you when it's not Corona time. And genuinely, I hope that you know how much you have not only inspired your audience, but also me as a creator to continue hustling and making things work and also standing up for the causes that I want to believe in and support. So thank you so much for doing that for all of us.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you for being my friend. You don't know. I
yeah.
mean, we're gonna have a cute moment right now, but you inspire me so much. I talk about you so much to my roommate. Like you are literally like one of my favorite people on the entire platform. That's why I literally like when I was so afraid to ask you to moderate this Q&A
What?
because I literally you don't understand, Michelle. I look up to you. You're like your hustle. The fact you have like a team, you have like a production company, like all of this, you know what I mean? Coming from BuzzFeed, doing your own thing, like that to
Oh,
me was such like a the fact that you moved away from BuzzFeed like that was such a move, like such like a inspiration, and the fact that you're still doing well too on top of it, I was like, yes, thank you. I applaud you. So yeah, go
oh,
subscribe to
thank
Michelle,
you.
ladies and gentlemen.
And guys, be sure, I'm sure most of you here have subscribed to Mac's YouTube channel, but also be sure to check out his amazing merchandise. This is me as a person not being asked by anyone else to plug the merch. I genuinely love the merch. And also check out his messy podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Also, um, please join the VidCon Discord where you can participate in a lot of amazing virtual events that VidCon now is hosting. I think I'm also doing an event next week, so come hang out with me next week. And just you'll be able to find a lot of cool and unique ways to connect with some of your favorite creators like today, which I think is really awesome, especially for anyone who is not able to every year come out to the physical event. So thank you so much to VidCon for putting this on and for bringing us all together. And I hope that you guys are home and staying safe. We love you so, so much. And I hope you have a wonderful summer. Bye.